Hey fam, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video we're making this crop shirt, notch collar crop shirt right here in your screen. If this looks like something you want to learn how to sew, please stay tuned till the end of the video, and trust me, it is beginners friendly. Right here I have my tape, my pattern paper, and my ruler. First we're going to be drafting a pattern before transferring it to the main fabric. So first we're going to be drawing our starting line, which is the shoulder line. We'll be taking our measurement. We'll start taking our measurements from. So right now I'm rolling out the starting line, and then secondly we're going to take the length. You take the length of your top, how long you want your top to be. For me it's 18 inches, so that's me marking the 18 inches points right there. After marking the 18 inches points, you go ahead and then rule a line over across. Yeah, at that point I didn't know my camera was not really capturing the whole pattern paper, but just bear with me, that's just where it ended. So after that I went ahead, you take the shoulder measurement, which is your shoulder divided by 2, by the way. So you mark it down. Mine is 15, so 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So you go ahead and mark it down. And then I went for the neck. The neck width is actually 2.5 inches. I didn't want it to be like too wide, so and then I took the neck depth for 1 inches. That's the back neckline, by the way. So after taking the back neckline, and then I decided it was like, it's a free shirt, so I decided to go ahead and add 1 inches to the shoulder measurement. That's the 7.5 inches I marked before for the shoulder. I added 1 inches to it, making 8.5 inches because it's a free shirt. That's what I'm doing right now on the video you're seeing. So I marked it down, and then I went down by 1 inches for the shoulder slope. You know, the human body is not straight, so this is something you have to do. It's compulsory when you're drafting a basic bodice. So, and for my armhole length, I divided my bust measurements, which is 38 divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. That's how you get your armhole depth. Mine was 7.8. I decided to round it up to 8 inches. So that's me marking the 8 inches there, and then I'm confirming to know. I always do this to know if it's the same measurements with the shoulder, because you want everything to be straight. You don't want it to be more than each other. So I confirmed, and it was 8.5 inches, same as the shoulder measurement. So I went ahead to roll the armhole line. After doing that, you're going to roll the armhole line right now. After doing that, oh boy, hope you're getting it. If you're not understanding, you can as well just pause the video and then continue. I didn't have a cuff, so I'm using my free hand to draw the neck out. If you can't do this with your free hand, just get a cuff ruler, but this is easy, something you can easily do. So, and then I went ahead to draw in the shoulder slope we marked earlier. So after doing that, I confirmed to know how wide it is, so I can get the armhole, where the armhole will be sitting, so we can get it accurately. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to draw the line where my armhole is gonna sit. You just draw it out. It's actually, you can still call that the chest line. So after drawing that out, I'll just go ahead now to take my round bust measurements. That's the upper part of the wider part of your chest, where your boobs are. That's like the round bust. Yeah. So mine is 35, by the way. So 35 divided by 4, I'll just put it down on the armhole line, which is the chest line, by the way. So, and meanwhile, this is the easiest way to divide your measurements. If you don't have a calculator close by, it's just easy to just do it this way. So I'll just put it down right there, and I'm just trying to be accurate with the thing. And after that, I'll go in with my 2 inches allowance. Is a free shirt, a crop shirt, a box crop shirt, so you need it to be as free as possible. So I'm adding 2 inches for the ease and the sewing allowance as well. So I'll measure whatever I have there and then measure the same thing on the length, the hem, that's the 18 inches we went by earlier, and then I'll connect both together. So that's me connecting. After connecting the 8 inches measurements for the armhole, that's like the 8 inches, I'll divide it by 2 and then mark the 4 inches there. And then I'll usually, if I want to get a perfect curve, I just go in at the where the 2 line connect. I'll just go in by 1 inches just to get a perfect curve. But that's if I'm using the free hand. But if you have a curve ruler, you can as well just use your curve ruler. But if you don't, nothing to worry about. Don't freak out. It's easy. Just do it like you see me doing, like so, and it's going to come out just fine. So after doing these, I'll just go ahead to carefully cut my pattern. Yeah, meanwhile I was extremely careful here cutting the pattern, but guess what? It's because that was the only pattern I had in the house at the time, and going to the market to get another would have been a lot more stressful for me. So it's better to be careful than, you know. Don't mind me, by the way. So yeah, I was just extremely careful cutting this, but it's all good. One can never be too careful, right? But this is easy, trust me. If you're following, there's no way you will not understand this. This is like one of the most easiest things. This is like a basic when it comes to fashion. This is basics for real. So if you pay attention, if you follow this closely, you understand every bit of what we're doing. And if you don't understand, you can easily just go back, rewind, play again, and you'll get it. There's nothing wrong with playing so many times as possible. As long as you get it at the end of the day, there's no rush. Just take your time, be easy, and then you'll get it. So now we're onto the front pattern. Well, usually you have to like leave about 3 to 4 inches at the front of your pattern. That's your center front for your lapel. Yeah, lapel notch collar. I actually like the way that sounds, by the way. I'm sure you all will agree with me that sewing is fun, fashion is fun. So in order to get your lapel, you have to leave 3 inches at the middle of the line. So this is me taping the back pattern together with the front pattern. Guess what I want to do here? I want to trace out the back pattern round before taking it off. So if you have a maxing tape or a cello tape, whatever kind of tape, you can even use your pin. If you don't have any, no hassle, nothing to worry about, no big deal. You can just place an heavy object on the pattern paper. Could be your phone, could be a remote control, anything heavy that can hold the pattern. Just place it on it. That's if you don't have a maxing tape like me. But if you do have a maxing tape, just do it like this. Hold the paper together, and then you're going to trace out the back paper, the back pattern paper, just like you see me doing, like so on the video. You trace the paper on the front pattern. Meanwhile, before doing this, make sure to leave about 4 inches at the front of the pattern, and also another 4 to 5 inches at the top of the pattern, where the neck, where the shoulder is. That's the top of the pattern. Leave about 4 inches up there, and then about 4 inches at the front of the pattern before starting your before you start to trace out. Just like you see me on this video, you can see there's some pattern paper at the top and then some space at the front with my back pattern at the middle. So just do it like this and everything will be fine. When you do it like this, you just trace out the back pattern on the front pattern. After tracing it out, then you can take out the pattern. So on here I'm almost done tracing it. As you can see, just take your time, like me, no rush. There's nothing to worry about, there's nothing to rush, no rush, just take your time. That's one thing about fashion, you have to take your time. When you're rushing, that's when you end up doing mistakes, especially if you're a beginner and you want your work to come out perfectly, you want it to come out just fine. You have to be patient and take your time. I'm sure I've said take your time like 10 times already, but please still take your time. So I'm done tracing it, and I'm going to take out the front paper, the back pattern paper. I'll take it out and then I'll start drafting my front pattern, and then that is the neck. I'll go down. I'll use 3 inches for my neck depth and also 2.5 for my neck width. If you remember, when we're drafting the back pattern, our neck length was, the width was 2.5, so, and the depth was 1 inch, but for the front the depth is going to be 3 inches and the width 2.5. So after doing that, I went ahead to make a square on the neck, so it will be easy for me to cover my neck. Like I said earlier, I don't have a curve ruler, but if you have a curve ruler, this is going to be easy. So if you don't have a curve ruler, just do it like you see me doing in the video. This was the same way we got our armhole. I made a square, and then I came in by where the 2 line met. I came in by 1 inch, and then that made it very easy for me to connect my curves together. So if you do it like this, you're gonna get a perfect curve, trust me. So after doing that, I came in by 3 inches. That's how wide I want my lapel to be. You want your lapel to be 2 inches, you come out by 2 inches. I want mine to be 3 inches wide, so I came out by 3 inches. And then secondly, you measure how long where you want your break points to start from. So that is where I want my break points to start from. The measurement I just took right now, that's where the break points of your lapel will be starting. That's basically the like bust points. So that's where my break points will be. So after doing that, I went ahead to measure my round neck, my back round neck. You measure your pattern just like you see me doing like this. You measure the round neck. So that's because we want everything to align with the front measurement. So you're going to measure the back neckline, whatever you have there, you go up on the lapel by 8. Make sure you measure this very well. It's very important. It's a very crucial part. Make sure to get an accurate measurement. So after measuring like multiple times, you saw that, so you come out from the neckline, the front neckline, you go up by the amount you got, by the measurement you got while measuring your back neckline. The neckline for the back pattern, whatever you got, you come out by 8. Whatever you get, by the way, you come out by 8, and make sure it's not straight. It has to be like it be slanty. It's not be like straight. It be slanty. You can see what I'm doing here on the video. It's not that straight. I'm just trying to make it be slanty, and then you mark your points right there. Am I too fast? Okay. Make sure you get a point at the top of your pattern. After taking your back measurements, I'm repeating, then you place that on your front pattern, and then you make a point right there, and then you connect it to your neckline. So that is me trying to get my collar. This is how you get your collar, and then you go out from that line you got, because you want your collar to sit properly, right? So, and this what I just mark here is the width of the collar, which by the way I marked 3 inches. I marked 3 inches for the width of the collar, and then you go out from that mark you made from your neckline upwards. You go out by ½ inches. That ½ inches will enable your collar sit properly. That's going to be our new line. if you look closely, you understand what I'm trying to do here. In order for the collar to sit properly, you come out from the up by half inches and then you connect it to the neckline. So that's now going to be our new collar line, not that one. And then you connect it to the 3 inches we just marked, which by the way is the width of our collar. Depending how wide you want your collar to be, that's how you're going to make that. So now on the front neckline, I'm going to come out. On the front neckline, I'm going to come out by 3 inches. I told you that's how wide I want my lapel to be. You come out by 3 inches, and then from that line you measure. You take a measurement of 1 inch, 2 inches to get your notch. To get your notch collar, I'm doing 2 inches. It's not straight, it has to be like adjacent. So from that line, you just connect it to your neck depth. Connect it to your neck depth, just like you see me doing on the video. I know it might seem like it's difficult, but trust me, it's not. If you follow everything I'm doing on the video, it's not difficult. And then you connect that point right there to the top part of the collar. If you have a curve ruler, again, it's going to be very useful here. You can just give your collar a little bit of curve. I didn't have a curve ruler, that's why I just make it straight. But at some point I decided to use my hands, so I just give it a little curve. So that's me labeling my collar right there. So just, if you don't understand, go back and replay it again. Trust me, it's easy. If you don't understand, go back and replay as many times as possible. You're going to understand, you're going to get it. So yeah, and then I decided my notch was my lapel was actually too wide, so I decided to go in by half of an inch. I took half of an inch from the 3 inches, it became 2.5 inches, but then it's all good, it's okay. I made some adjustments, by the way, on it because I felt like my collar was too big. Sorry, I should have mentioned this earlier, but it's no big deal, trust me. So I measured and then I connected it to my notch, to the neckline. So after doing this is basically the most important part of this top, maybe the most crucial part. So if you do this, you realize there's nothing to it. So you're going to connect a straight line from your lapel. You're going to join it to the neck, to your neckline, to the front neckline. You're going to connect the lapel to the front neckline, just like I just did on the video, just like this. Easy. So that's me shading the part that it's not really needed. We're going to cut that part off. Just this cutting is most important, so just watch carefully to see how I cut this. Sorry, I had to even raise my voice a bit because it's very important, so watch carefully. When I mean carefully, watch carefully to see how I cut this, because any mistake, you already messed up your pattern. So just watch carefully to see how I cut this. It's easy, don't be scared, you can do this. And mind you, I said I was extremely careful because that's the only pattern I've got left in the house. And I didn't want to move this tutorial to another day. Like, it had to be that day, so I had to like be careful so I don't ruin this pattern paper for us. Yes, for us, you heard me. So yeah, that's me cutting it carefully. You have to be careful and make sure to label in a way you're going to understand. Label in a way you're going to understand. We're cutting that part off, not important. And then you go straight up and then cut, 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 and cut. You know, when I started sewing first, I felt like, God, what magic is happening here? What is going on here? The first time I saw a video of people cutting, and I was like, what's going on here? Like, how do you people do this? How do you pieces this thing and then put it back up together, and then it turns out to be this beautiful, gorgeous creation right here? Like, how do you do it? But then as time goes on, I realize, oh, okay, this is how it is, by learning the basics. And also, trust me, yeah, you label your pattern and ready to cut on fabric, on main fabric. That's the collar, front pattern, and then back pattern. That's how our collar is meant to sit. Pretty, right? Pretty, I know. So let's get on to cutting on fabric. Let's get on to cutting on